Yo, what's up YouTube? It's So Basically Boy and I'm back again with another video. This is part 4 to a 4-part series on how to be a better person. So we've already talked about how to stay motivated, how to set goals, how to save money, and now we're on to the last thing, which is how to break bad habits.
I just wanted to apologize, alright, because I got on my do-rag, I got some fresh vibrates up under there. Got 2 more days to graduation, you know what I'm saying? Your boy about to be a whole alumni graduate out here. So let's get into it. So habits, they're just basically behaviors that we pick up and we begin to grow and we begin to think about and we begin to do every day. Or it might not even be every day. It might not be bi-weekly. I mean, it's something that a behavior that we repeat over and over again, whether that's a good behavior or a bad behavior.
Habits by nature. Alright, so a bad habit is some type of added pleasure or something that gave you a benefit at the beginning, which is the reason why you started picking up that habit in the first place. And habits, they are a pattern. Okay, habits, they're a pattern and they're going to continue as and going to progress as they get worse.
There are 2 types of habits that we can have. It's going to be emotional or situational. All right. So, and a certain type of emotion can cause you to have a certain type of bad habit. Maybe you're happy, and once you're happy, or maybe you're excited and you want to celebrate, and you have a cupcake, and maybe that's your bad habit. Every time you get happy, you have a good moment that you want to have a cupcake or something like that. Or it might be stress. You might bite your nails or something when you're stressed out, or you might be in a certain type of situation, and then that causes you to do a certain type of habit. Maybe you're in a situation where it's a hostile moment, and maybe you're in line waiting, and somebody ends up kicking you or something by accident, and then you start cussing. That's a bad habit, and so that hostile environment is going to cause you to bring out that bad habit. Or maybe it's a combination of both. Maybe you're nervous and you're waiting for an interview, and by doing that, it's causing you to bite your nails or something like that. And so you just have to identify what type of habit that you have. You have to identify the pattern so that you know how to conquer your bad habit.
Yeah, so just like I discussed outside, there are 2 types of habits. There's emotional and situational. You have to figure out which type of habit that you have so that you know how to attack your habit. So you know if you get in a certain emotional state, say if you're stressed out about something, then you know that that's your time to indulge in sweets or something like that. You need to not be around. You need to take those sweets out of your sight, out of your mind. If you're stressed out, and you need to substitute that with something, which is bringing me into my next point.
Now that you know how to identify your bad habit that you have to have a substitute plan. All right. So having a substitute plan, that means you're taking your habit, you're stopping that habit, and you're replacing it with something else. All right. So let's say your bad habit is that every time you come home from work or something, or maybe you're coming home from school, and all you do is just sit down on the couch and you just eat potato chips and watch TV. All right. So the first thing you got to do, you got to stop putting yourself in that situation. When you come home, don't sit on the couch, all right? Or don't buy those potato chips anymore. Go home and you have the mindset of not going on the couch. Maybe you're going home and the first thing that you do is to cook some food. Or maybe the first thing that you do is clean up or something like that. Have something in place of that other habit, and don't put yourself in the same situation, in a certain situation that's going to cause you to actually do that habit, all right?
You want to take the bad habit that you have and replace it with something else, because we are habits by nature, like I said in the first section of this video. And so what we have to do, we have to replace that with something else, because we're going to pick up another habit. And in order to cope with getting rid of that last habit, we have to pick up something else, something more positive. All right, so maybe you're stressed out, maybe you just need to drink water. And that's a good habit that you can form. Maybe it's situational. Maybe it's a certain type of setting that gets you into doing a bad habit. Maybe you're in your school parking lot and smoke or something like that. Well, to stay out of that situation, do not hang around in the school parking lot with some of your other friends. Just, go about your business, and that's going to get you away from that habit. It's going to stop you from doing that bad habit. It's going to stop that pattern, because now you're not going to the school parking lot anymore, or maybe you're not staying as long. So that's breaking that pattern, that's breaking that habit. And then now you're able to replace that with something else. Now that you're not going to the school parking lot, you're able to go home, start your homework faster. Maybe you're going to go play ball with some of your friends or something like that. Just something to have as a substitute plan.
And so lastly, you want to hold a reason for quitting, all right? So you always want to have a purpose. Being that this is a bad habit, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to break this habit, because this habit you might have had for maybe weeks. You might have had it for months or maybe years. This is going to be tough to break. So you always got to remember the purpose. Like going back to my first video, motivation, purpose. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all go back and watch my other videos, because each video it builds on, and that's going to teach you how to be a better person. Y'all just have to make sure that y'all have y'all purpose, and that y'all are making sure that everything that you're trying to change about yourself, that you have a reason behind it, because then you're going to get the motivation, and it's going to be easier for you to cope with the changes that you're having to make with yourself and with the people that's around you.
Well, yeah, going on to the third one, having a reason to quit. I couldn't have said it any better. You just have to make sure that you have a purpose of why you're trying to quit doing the habit that you're trying to do, because in the process of doing that, it's going to get hard. It's a habit. It's a pattern. It's something that's ingrained in us. One of the things I learned is that a habit usually takes 30 times for you to do in order for it to be ingrained inside of you. So that means it's going to take twice as many times to undo that. Okay, so if you know every day for 30 days that you've been eating a Snicker bar, then it's going to take 60 days to break that habit. Okay, so it's going to be a long process for getting rid of that bad habit and replacing it with a new habit. I emphasize replacing a bad habit with a new one. And so I always want to make sure that whenever you are going through the process of breaking a bad habit, that you always have in mind, always have the end goal in mind of why you actually started to break the bad habit in the first place.
So basically, that's it. All right. So the three things: you want to make sure that you understand your habits by nature. You want to make sure that you have a substitute plan. You want to make sure that you hold a reason for quitting. All right. So that's it, and I'll see you guys later.
So yeah, make sure y'all support Habits 365. And this is a company that was made by teenagers just like myself. And I really like their clothing. The material is very good. It's very breathable. And I've tested it through washing. Washing it does good. The print, it still stays on. It's you can iron it, but you have to make sure that you iron it inside out when you're using it. And then that's good, but then what's even better is the message behind it. Bringing people to change bad habits about them, and replacing that with good habits, and then also setting goals. Basically, how to be a better person, just like my video series. And I thought this was the perfect way to tie it all together. I am an ambassador for them, and so if you use that discount code in the link below, you'll be helping out this channel. And so thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.